I said, I never forget the day Simon arrived, and I said, what does he look like? He said, just look for the moustache. It's distinctive. And that was that.
He's very intellectual in some senses. That was one of the things that people struggled with because obviously he's a Guardian reader. He does crosswords. He's into music. What we'd say in inverted commas is quite a cultured individual. He was married to a school teacher. He's a professional musician, so he's quite a bright individual. And
I was a very civilised drunk. Alcohol was always around, and alcohol was just a sort of fairly normal part of our life in the same way that it's a fairly normal part of a lot of people's lives. Millions of people out there, a glass of wine at a party, and it helps them to relax and have fun. But I'd got way beyond that. I'm trying to remember when I first saw my doctor write down alcohol dependency. Well, Janie died 10 years ago.
when he lost his partner, he couldn't come to terms with that loss, and it left him in a state of confusion.
Grief, loss, guilt.
Very lost soul, very lost individual. Quite frightened individual, if you like, in terms of not knowing what to expect when he came here, which is quite common for most clients. But he wore it on his face, his expression.
Shame, frustration. The kind of feelings that we don't like looking at and dealing with. And alcohol's a very easy way of not dealing with them. I went into detox on Christmas Eve, and I'd been waiting for the best part of 6 months to get in. So, I was desperate. 3 days on reducing dose of Valium. Physically, I started to feel better very quickly. But that physical stuff's all quite fixable, really. Even the liver, bless it. But emotionally and mentally, I was a wreck as well. There are no quick fixes for that. It's a process. It's a long process.
So my job basically was just to kind of introduce myself to him and explain what Nelson was about, to try and give him a sense of what I was going to offer him as an individual, as a person, and also as a counsellor.
When I first rolled up, I had absolutely no idea what I'd let myself in for. I knew that whatever it was, it couldn't be worse than what I'd left behind.
For me, all clients are inclined to use alcohol or drugs partly out of pleasure and some partly out to manage or resolve problems in the short term. But as the evidence shows, when you come into rehab, it's not long lasting. You can't rely on substances to resolve your personal issues.
As a group first.
Humiliation, suffering.
Yeah, that's right.
To justify sadness.
Sadness.
Discomfort.
There's a little card that we always read out at the beginning of Process Group. Through mutual identification, we discover that we are not alone. There's a lot of that goes on, not just in groups, but all the time. Talking about our lives before we came here, our plans for when we leave here.
But in here is hard.
Sharing a house with all of the people and the total emotional pressure on your mind.
It's so intense. It is so intense because you analyse things that in everyday life you never analyse. But I suppose the good thing about it, you get like a kind of a heightened sense of awareness of your behaviour.
Just being with a bunch of people who've led chaotic lives and working with them and discovering meaning and purpose, rediscovering that sense of wonder in the world, and the idea that there's loads of stuff out there and that I can have it if I want it, and I do. I want it again. I want more whack.
It makes me angry when people tell me that I have to do stuff. It was sort of like, I smoked weed and I done this and I done that. I was always labelled as bad. So I just thought, fuck it, I might as well just live with that bad label. Because it was comfortable for me. It was like a guard, so no one could come in and I wouldn't let nothing out. But I think when I come here, I was scared. It was all strange. It was all different. I just thought, hang on, you don't know where I've come from. You don't know what I've been through. Like, so how can you be telling me I should feel like this, or I should do this to feel like this?
The women's house is named Gordon House. These women have often suffered traumas and haven't been able to resolve or explore, and doing that with other women can be very nurturing and healing part of their journey.
Really miss my kids today and quite emotional today.
Yeah, I'm missing my kids. A lot of the reason that I stayed is because the support that I got when I got here was amazing. They were all telling me their stories about when they first arrived here, and that made me feel a bit better because I knew it's okay to feel like this then. Because I thought, yeah, I'll just come in here, I'll put the drugs down, and I'll be all right. But I didn't realise I got kicked out of school when I was about 13, 14. I just wouldn't do what the teachers told me, smash things up. Before, the book would be thrown at me. The reaction I got here was different. They would sit down and talk to me and say, well, why are you so angry, Dora? How did that feeling come about? It's all right for you to have that feeling, but you need to act it out in a different way.
When you're in one-to-ones with them, none of them are actually proud of the aggression. They want to learn new ways. It's just that they haven't been taught how to do that.
Sometimes that fear just holds me, and I think, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not trying it.
There was a part of her that you could see was very young and lost. There was a part of Laura that was very eager and keen to learn, and she picked things up so quickly, really absorbed.
Yeah, she always says that, I'm reachable and teachable. I started practicing new ways of doing it. Started approaching situations with a different mindset. The more I share my feelings and that, I realise I'm not on my own. And I like feeling that I'm not on my own. Here I'm doing a lot of work, finding out who I really am. I didn't like the person who I was. I didn't think I was worth it.
A lot of these women don't know how to be kind to themselves. And through the group process, very gently, we do see that turn around.
Right, okay. So we're going to get some feedback from you now. What do you think's going well for Laura?
She's doing really well as house leader. She's lovely to me. She's made me feel really welcome. She's really supportive of me and others.
I do like a lot about myself that I know that I can be a caring person. It's weird because sometimes I'll feel really, really angry, but really I'm not angry. I'm anxious or I'm scared. But now I can be able to check it out myself and say, actually, I'm not really angry. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. I thought I was going to be an angry person for the rest of my life. I know that if I change my lifestyle while I'm in here, I can bring it out there. I can hold on to the change in my lifestyle out there.
The longer she was here, the more felt she obviously didn't need her defences. Once she'd established it was a safe place. Gradually finding herself after addiction, very gently, she emerged.
Black sheep, everyone war. Yes, sir, yes.
You ask any prison officer, prison governor or any girl in prison, women are treated more harshly than men because they have a role to play in life as a mother and a woman, and women shouldn't do wrong.
ISIS provides support to women who are involved in the criminal justice system or who may be at risk of becoming involved. The effects of a woman going into a prison are different to men. Women are often the primary caregivers for their children.
I was waiting to be sentenced almost 2 years, and in that time I fell pregnant. I looked at the screen and she said, "Oh, there's your baby's heartbeat." And honest to God, my heart skipped a beat. It was amazing. When I went into prison, Shay and I were separated for 5 nights. My mum, bless her, came over and took Shay. And he was only 6 weeks old, you know, still breastfed. And I'll never forget seeing her sat there. And I said, "Mum, I'm going. You know, I'll speak to you soon." She said, "I'll see you later."
The Corston report made several recommendations, basically that women should not receive a custodial sentence if they have not committed a violent crime. You need to look at the effect of Kathleen receiving a custodial sentence. She lost her family home. She had 2 sons that were dependent on her at the time. They lost everything.
The security woman said to me, "Oh, what did you get then?" And I said, "Oh, 3 years." She said, "Oh, well, you'll be shipped off somewhere." And I said, "No, I'm staying here on the mother and baby unit." "Oh, you've got a baby? Oh, well, that bond will be broke now, won't it?" I did something wrong and I was punished for it, and I went to prison and I paid the price, but I also feel that my family have been punished. I didn't realise until we came out, you know, the impact it did have on Shay, you know, the attachment issues. We went to sleep every night and outside those windows were high fences and barbed wire. I can only describe it like he was my comfort blanket. So when we came out, it got worse. He would not leave my side, even to the point where if his dad was here and I was going up the stairs to the toilet, "Mummy, mummy, mummy."
Shay would become so anxious, he just did not know if his mum was coming back again. I referred Kathleen to a child psychiatrist.
You can think back to that time, first session, you were faced with that kind of separation.
Yeah.
How would you have rated your anxiety?
God, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah. I realised after that first session with Shirley that actually it's a lot of my anxieties of leaving Shay. You know, coming out of prison was quite an anticlimax and I didn't realise how hard it was going to be. You know, like a door being slammed in my face or being dropped in the middle of an ocean without a bloody rubber ring.
Women can significantly lose their confidence. Their self-esteem may be very, very decreased. With Kathleen, for example, I think it really affected her identity. She almost felt like when she came out of custody, she had a label on her forehead saying, "I've just come out of prison."
I'll never be the same, you know, as I was. I've lost my innocence. Something inside me's died, I feel.
It's really important that they can become empowered and build their self-esteem and just know that, you know, they are a really valued person.
It's taken me a long time to sort of get back to where I was. Without the support of Nikki and ISIS, I don't know if I'd have done it. I wouldn't know where to have gone to get help. To do little things like sorting out my benefits or helping me find a house. And
through Reunite Gloucestershire, we were able to get Kathleen a house and reunite the family.
So Nikki is able to remind me and say, "Look, you can do this." I need that because otherwise I'd probably have gone into myself and I'd probably have got stuck in a rut.
She really is inspirational, you know, how she's got through everything.
And I decided, right, I'm his mum, we've been through enough, I have to let my anxieties go. Even though it's killing me, I'm going to teach this little boy to be confident again. And it just makes my heart fill with pride because I've stuck with it and I've done it for him and he's getting there, you know, and I'm getting there. I'm so much more comfortable now. I didn't think it was going to happen, but I see him blooming, his confidence, you know, and he knows Mummy's going, but she's coming back.
Comes back. Bye-bye, darling. Good boy. See you in a minute. See you in 5 minutes. Love you. Good boy. What we want to do is give those women that message of empowerment that actually they can change their lives around if they want to with the appropriate support.